WNYathletics.com would like to thank today's sponsors. Howard Hanna Real Estate Services. Ready to sell your home? Visit howardhanna.com today. Howard Hanna. Home happens here. Western New York Immediate Care, with 4 convenient locations in the Buffalo area: Amherst, Buffalo, Depew, Lancaster, and Orchard Park. Western New York Immediate Care is now offering telemedicine services to provide you care anytime, anywhere. Visit WNY Immediate Care on-site or virtually at WNYimmediatecare.com. Logistics Plus Buffalo is your go-to resource for all your transportation needs. LP moves freight of all shapes and sizes all across the world. Call LP Buffalo today at 716-877-9653 or email buffalo@logisticsplus.com. AdPro Sports. AdPro is the largest team sports dealers and brand merchandise providers in the nation. For a variety of custom merchandise solutions, from apparel to promotional items, visit adprosports.com. Empire Electric. For all your home, business, or office electrical needs, call Empire Electric at 716-634-0330. Free estimates and financing available for all customers. Empire Electric. Call 716-634-0330.
And with that, we welcome you here this afternoon to WNY Athletics, coming to you live from Crosby Field, and is going to be the West Seneca West Indians taking on the Kenmore West Blue Devils. And good afternoon, everybody. Alongside Francis Beck producing, Jim Craig, my color commentator. I am John Karuba, going to bring this one to you live. And, Jim, we'll start by talking about the West Seneca West Indians coming in a bit of a roll after a 38-12 victory over North Tonawanda. And really, they were clicking in all facets in that game to start off the season.
That's absolutely right, John. The first 5 in the first half, they had the ball 5 times. They scored a touchdown on each and every one of those 5 possessions. So they run a kind of a read option, their own style of read option with a sophomore quarterback. And again, it's they're a young team, but they're very well versed and well coached.
And Caden Stupak was very good in that game. 5 for 7, 111 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I mean, that what a start. When you get that type of performance from your quarterback, it usually means you're going to win the game.
And the beautiful thing about that was that he spread the wealth. Not only went through 5 receivers in order to get those 111 yards, and I think there were 8 people who carried the ball through that read option. So they spread the wealth.
Indeed they did. You said it perfectly there. And then as far as the Kenmore West Blue Devils, let's turn our attention to the home team. Not quite the same feeling coming into this one, falling 41-28 at the hands of a very good Sweet Home team last time out. They're looking to pick up a victory on their home field this afternoon, get themselves back to 1-1.
Yeah, that was a very physical game last week, and Kenmore West just couldn't get. They keep coming back and coming back. We're going to be looking at John. We're going to be looking at an excellent runner by the name of Jermaine Atkins, who they like to make sure that gets the ball. He's 6'2", 190, very strong, can get to the outside, can run inside. And last week, I think this week they're going to try to improve on the passing game. Danny Klein was only 5 for 18, so again, it's looking to get a little bit better in both ends of the. But it was a tough game last week, and I think this will be a terrific game.
And for Kenmore West, one of the big things is that they really were all just on the ground. All their touchdowns came on the ground. And as you mentioned, Atkins had 109 yards, 2 touchdowns in the loss. And while Danny Klein, yes, you mentioned it, kind of a rough game at cornerback, but he did score a touchdown on the ground. So you can see they really like to put it on the ground, do the Blue Devils. And with that, looks like we're just about set to get rocking and rolling here. So alongside Jim Craig, I'm John Karuba, Francis Beck, the producer extraordinaire himself. We're taking you through this one from Crosby Field, and we are about set for football. So West Seneca West going to kick it off to Kenmore West, and we are underway. Fielded near side across 25, up to the 30, and gets tripped up there, close to around the 35-yard line. So good field position for Kenmore West to start the ball game.
We'll see, John, if they start out just like you mentioned, to try to feature that running game, see if they can't do something running, so it'll ease up and loosen up that passing game for Danny Klein.
As we're just underway here at Crosby Field on this wonderful afternoon here for football. We're glad you're making us a part of it on your Saturday afternoon. WNY Athletics, Kenmore West out of the gun, man in motion, and it's a keeper right up the middle, and that'll be a good for about a gain of 3 or 4, depends on the spot. That'll bring up second down. A little bit of trickery there on their first play from scrimmage.
And you're absolutely right, John, and one of the things that you'll notice with Kenmore West is they're quite big up front. Got a couple of linemen over 6 feet tall and over 250 pounds, so they're going to be relying on that run.
So Kenmore West again, shotgun, max protect runner off the right side, and it's a give straight up the middle across the 40, still going forward up to the 45, and I think forward momentum is going to give them enough to move the sticks there, Jim. What a powerful run.
It was an excellent run for 7 yards and a first down.
First and 10 for the Blue Devils on the 46-yard.
So it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils at their own 46. Ball on the right hash mark, I formation. Handoff straight up the middle. There he goes across midfield. Gets close to 45-yard line. Gets into Indians territory. So another nice big gain. And like we said, the Blue Devils like to go to the ground, and they're showing that early again, Jim.
And again, that was Jermaine Atkins. They dot the I with him, and that's what they're doing now.
Again, backs in the I formation. Handoff left side, turns the corner. Got running room across the 40, across the 35. Scampers out of bounds to around the 33 or 34-yard line of West Seneca West. And Kenmore West at this point sticking to their guns and right now paying off. They're on the move.
That was a great run. Nice deke inside to get outside and gain another 10 yards beyond that.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 now for the Blue Devils from the 35 of the Indians. Handoff straight up the middle, fighting his way forward. Not going to pick up a whole lot this time, though. Pickup of a couple at the most. Second down. And that time, I think West Seneca West caught on to the running game a little bit and sealed up a lot of the lanes.
They have a pretty stout defensive line for West Seneca West. They only gave up, I believe it was 12 points last week, and some of that was in the second half, so they're a pretty good defense.
On a 2nd down and 7, going to work out of the shotgun, takes the snap, Looking to the air. There's it deep near side. Coming down with it. Making the catch. Inside the 10-yard line. What a grab made that time. A huge gain. And just like that, the Blue Devils have first and goal to go.
It was a perfect pass, and one of those balls that could have been 50-50, John, but went right up and got it. Beautiful, beautiful catch.
So it's a 23-yard pickup there, and it's going to be first and goal to go at the 9-yard line of West Seneca West. Working out of the shotgun yet again. Two receivers either side of the formation. Takes the snap. 3-step drop. Keeps it himself up the middle, but a nice ankle tackle made right close to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard or two at most. Good defensive play, because if he got away from that, he's probably finding pay dirt there, Jim.
Yeah, it was nice defensive play, and I think Kenmore West is using this run very well to try to set up the pass. Don't be surprised if they try to use the same type of passing play they did on the long 23-yarder. They're going
and now on the draw play, right side again. Nowhere to go, but a flag comes in. As Atkins was the ball carrier that time, and it looked like Dustin Thompson came in to make the stop for West Seneca West, but again, a flag down.
Usually that's in the area of holding, but we'll see.
A face mask looks to be the call. It looks like the official's still trying to, looks like they might be having a little bit of a conversation trying to figure it out here.
Your referee is Jim Martek. Jim is a longtime official, excellent referee.
So it is a face mask, and it is against West Seneca West. So that is a big-time break now for the Blue Devils.
Jim Martek gave that personal foul, which means it's a 15-yard face mask.
As the clock continues to run inside 8.5 to go, opening quarter, no score, but Kenmore West knock it on the door. Backs of the I formation, goal line defense, handoff left side. Atkins tried to get his way there, but could not do so. Picked up maybe a yard and a half there, and it's going to bring up third down here. Big opportunity for the Blue Devils, but this would be a big stand for West Seneca West if they could hold them to a field goal.
Right here, we'll see what formation they come out in. Looks like another tight formation, which would make you think that it's going to be a run.
Handoff straight up the gut. It is. Fights his way across the goal line and into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Blue Devils. And you want to talk about ground and pound, Jim? That entire drive was the literal definition of that. And with 7:43 to go in the opening quarter, it is Kenmore West striking first. They take a 6-0 lead over West Seneca West. What a drive there.
It was an excellent drive.
And now they're going to go for two here. And they snap, they pitch it out, fire it far side, incomplete, as it looked like he went to Atkins there, near side, back of the end zone, but the pass got away from him a little bit, just out of his reach, and the score remains 6-0. As we step aside here on WNY Athletics, Kenmore West 6-0 over West Seneca West.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
back here at Crosby Field, and our score is 6-0, Kenmore West over West Seneca West. And again, what a drive that time, capped off on the ground, and Kenmore West getting the lead. And on the kickoff, far side, fielded, fair catch signal for it around the 31-yard line of West Seneca West, and now they'll have good field position to try and respond to the opening drive by the Blue Devils, Jim.
Yeah, we're going to get a look at this offense, and their sophomore quarterback who had a very nice week, Caden Stupak, and leading the charge in terms of the running side of it is Bernard Freeman, not Brandon, but Bernard Freeman, who had 128 yards last week on just 6 carries, and he 125 of those yards, John, were in the first half. So
West Seneca West, we know they like to throw the ball. Working out of the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, 2 right. Takes the snap. Long pass bomb down the far side. Just out of the reach of the intended target that time. Overthrew him just by a little bit, and it'll bring up 2nd down. So they were going for the home run there, Jim, and just could not connect on it.
Again, this is we'll see what they're trying to set up here with that long pass. Sometimes that's done to loosen up the defense so they can get the rest of their offense in line. So let's see what they go with next, John.
So this is going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 for West Seneca West from their own 31-yard line, moving right to left down the field. Going to go with 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Waiting for the snap. Now takes it, and he's going to keep it himself. Nowhere to go. He is pounded in the backfield. Down he goes on the sack. I'm not exactly sure what West Seneca West drew up that time, but, Jim, I highly doubt that's the result they wanted.
And it defensively played very well. He gave an indication that he may pass the ball and then took it down and ran it, and they were right there, ready for it.
So it'll be a 3rd down and 13 from their own 28. Have to get to the 41. 3 receivers to the left. Shotgun snap. Nearly bobbled it, but he came down with it. Rolling left, fires it near side, and he's got his man on the run, completing to Jerry Dadsey, but only a couple of yards there at around the 37. And so that's going to be a 3-and-out, it appears, for West Seneca West.
He goes out of bounds at the 39-yard line. 4th and
With 6:53 to go here, opening quarter, still 6-0. They're going to work out of the shotgun, 3 receivers right, 1 wide to the left. And now a player jumped, and I think it's going to be the Blue Devils that get penalized on this one, Jim.
And that's going to be enough for a 1st down if that's who it's against.
flag is for a penalty on the Blue Devil defense. That is a 5-yard penalty. Yardage will be enough for an Indian 1st down.
Oh, and that is a mistake that just cannot happen, but it did. And now just like that, West Seneca West, they get a 1st down.
Again, John, we don't know what they were thinking, whether they were going to go for it or that's exactly what they tried to do, but it worked out for them.
They got him to jump out of the shotgun, hand off to the near side, fights off a couple tacklers, but gets knocked out of bounds after a gain of a couple, as that went to Bernard Freeman, who we mentioned in our open, certainly can run the football. That's a pickup of a couple there, 2nd down.
And again, John, both these teams are young teams. West Seneca West has got 11 seniors, as does Kenmore West, so they're both young.
2nd down and 5 for the Indians. Again, trailing 6-0, 6:10 to play here, opening quarter. John Kruba, Jim Craig taking you through this one here on WNY Athletics. The snap, rolling right. He's in trouble. He's rolling to his left, looking. Now he's going to fire it, airs it out near side, and almost had a guy that looked like he was going for Thomas, but he could not come up with it again. Just oversailed the throw a little bit, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Again, so close. They just can't get the connection there, Jim.
And John, it was a great job by Caden Stupak just to get by that rush. couple of dekes there, just overthrew. Put a little more air on it underneath it, John. I think he would have had a TD.
So 3rd down and 5 from their own 49-yard line, right to left. Stupak working with a back in the backfield. 3 receivers left, 1 wide right. The snap fades back. Stupak goes down as he gets sacked. A perfect time to call a blitz there. They rushed 2 off the edge, 1 left, and then 1 came right up the middle, and they were able to finish the job there for a big sack.
And every play, especially the passing plays, they're getting penetration, and that's all you need to disrupt a play.
So 4th and 5 once again for West Seneca West. Are they going to try to get him to jump? Or it's 4th and 10 rather. They lost 5 on the play. But they keep their offense on the field. We'll see if they're just trying to get him to jump again. No. Oh, they do punt it. A drop kick up the near side, and it bounces down around the 45 of Kenmore West and goes out around the 43 or 44. So not a very powerful punt that time, Jim. And it's going to be great field position for Kenmore West.
From that position, where he punted it from was about 4 yards behind the line. That's a real difficult situation to punt from. So the results were kind of what you might expect from that. The ball's on the 46 now, and Kenmore West has got good field position.
And they're already up 6-0, so they could add on to their lead. This is a very important drive here. Backs in the eye, snap, handoff left side. Atkins trying to turn the corner one-on-one, but that is a good defensive play by Ray Kwasniewski for West Seneca West as he hauls him down in the open field far side, keeps that gain to just a little bit, or else that could have been a really, really big play.
That was an excellent play, and the key there was it looked like the initial hole was not there for Atkins, but he got 2 or 3 more yards just by deking inside and going outside. Nice, it was a nice 3-yard run.
Once again, they're in the eye, playing it straight up the middle, and again, nowhere to go. And you could tell West Seneca West making a defensive adjustment after that first drive. They're not going to let Kenmore West burn them with the run again, and so far that's playing out on this sequence.
Again, with a young team, you want to make sure that you try to keep it as simple as you can. The West Seneca West coaching staff, led by Tom Vastola, has done an excellent job with this team early on in the season.
So a 3rd down and 7 for Kenmore West. Ball on the right hash of their own 49. They fake the give, rolling left. Klein looking, gets away from a defender, scampers near side, gets into West Seneca West territory, shoved out of bounds, may have been short, but then a flag comes in. I'm not sure if he had enough yardage on the initial scamper, but he did get shoved afterwards. I wonder if that's why the flag may have come in.
It looks like the initial spot, he was about a yard short, John, but usually anything like that, we'll just have to see what it has to do with out of bounds.
And there is a penalty against West Seneca West. So they must have set a hit after the play. And that is a costly mistake. Here you had Kenmore West stopped, and now you just gave them new life. You gave them a first down and deeper into your own territory. Not a good result there for the Indians.
15-yard penalty.
Off the snap, handed off right side, across the 30, dances his way close to the 25 as he gets knocked out of bounds at around the 26, up the near sideline, 2nd down.
As you mentioned before, John, it's really tough. They had held them basically to a 4th down, and a penalty like that changes everything around.
Because if nothing else, they're probably close to field goal range at this point. 2nd down and 7 from the 27-yard line of West Seneca West. They got 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. The snap, and the quarterback, he ends up going down immediately, and then he'll be touched down there by a couple defenders. And it looked like he was trying some nifty footwork to give it off the other way, almost like a reverse, and when he kept it, he just lost his footing there.
It's just a natural thing for for players to make sure that they're down and they touch them. But as we know in high school, once they're down, right, there's nothing you have to worry about. But as long as there's nothing personal foul about it, go ahead and touch them.
On a 3rd down and 11. And it's a low snap, but they handle it. Klein in the pocket, although he's not going to be able to get away from a host of West Seneca West tacklers. Haul him down. And so now it brings up 4th down again for Kenmore West here on the drive. You got to give the Indians credit. Even after taking that penalty, they've stiffened up once.
We saw, again, good penetration. That time, maybe one of the first times that West Seneca West has been able to penetrate like Kenmore West has been on almost every play. That penetration changes the entire look of the play.
So 4th and 13 for Kenmore West. 3 receivers left. They keep the offense on the field. Here's a fake. Throw over the middle. Wide open off the fingertips. He almost had it and just could not bring it in. And so it ends up being a turnover on downs and a big stop defensively by West Seneca West.
Looks like he had a chance to make that call or make that catch.
And it was Jackson Gallivan that he was going for. Just could not reel it in that time, Jim.
He made a great effort. Probably should have had that pass, but it wasn't really a bad throw. Just let him just a little bit too much.
So how much of a momentum shift? We're going to ask Coach Craig here to kind of dig into that. How big a momentum shift you think that could be? You know, you were looking at potentially going out 2 scores, get the stop. It's still only a 1-possession game.
Again, the first series was a kind of a crazy one for West Seneca West. They couldn't get anything going, running or passing. We'll see what it does. And again, a lot of times after they just marched down the field, Kenmore West, and scored, and now you hold them like that, that could change your whole attitude of things. And again, with a young team, you want to give them something to look forward to.
And for West Seneca West, that was a false start, so back them up 5 more yards. And now it's 1st and 15 for them at their own 28.
That's not going to help them to gain any momentum, so let's see what they can do.
Stupak working out of the shotgun. 3 receivers set off wide to the right, 1 wide left. 3 down linemen, handoff straight up the gut. Fights his way forward, picks up a couple at most. 2nd and long.
Again, Kenmore West was right there. They read that play perfectly, and West Seneca West just got a couple of yards.
As clock continues to run, we're inside 90 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Kenmore West still leading 6-0 here on WNY Athletics. Stupak again operating out of the shotgun. Single backfield, 3 receivers tight to the line right side, 1 to the left. Shotgun snap, 3-step drop. Stupak goes deep down the near sideline, laying out, unable to make the catch that time. He was going for Kwasniewski, just could not reel it in, and that is going to bring up 3rd down and 14 now. Boy, they keep getting close. It's like if you don't succeed, try again. Well, they're going to have to try it again because they still just can't hit that big play, but they're getting close.
And again, both plays that they were close on, John, were overthrows, so the adrenaline is flowing. We'll just see if Caden can get it under control. Right?
On a 3rd down and 14 from their own 29-yard line, West Seneca West. 2 receivers to the left, 1 right. They fake the give over the middle. However, in and out of the hands of Alexei Santiago. Just could not bring it in, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And I would imagine it looks like the punt team coming on the field. You got to give Kenmore West credit so far in this first quarter. Their defense has looked very good, far different from what we saw last week.
And again, it's a different type of game from last week, John, but again, when you spend the entire week looking at film and so on and so forth, the coaches have prepared them well up to this point.
And so punts it down the field, right to left, fielded it around the 40 by the Blue Devils. Sidesteps one defender, but then three more. West Seneca West Indians right there. They just pile drive them, just well covered on special teams that time by the Indians.
It was great coverage by West Seneca West.
As we have 44 seconds left to go here, opening quarter, 6-0 our score in favor of Kenmore West. And once again, good field position here, Jim, as they've got it around their own 41-yard line and already up by 6. Another chance to extend the lead.
We'll see if this run game, it was stopped very nicely by West Seneca West on the last series of downs. Let's see what happens here.
Klein working out of the shotgun to his right, rolling left, looking downfield, can't find anyone open, gets back to the line, and that's about all he's going to get as he gets brought down in the open field by a couple Indians.
Little indecision on that, John. He was looking for that up receiver, and actually he had him for maybe about a 4-yard gain if he had thrown it. He decided to run at the last minute, and it was diagnosed very well.
Let's see if we can get one more playoff if they're going to. 15 seconds left in quarter number 1, or are they just going to let this wind down? They don't appear to be in much of a rush here with 3 seconds, and I think they are just going to let the clock run out, and they did. So that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter, and for Kenmore West, a pretty good one, leading 6-0 at the end of one right here on WNY Athletics.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
We welcome you back here to Crosby Field, and as we start the second quarter of play, along with Francis Beck, who's running things behind the scenes, and along with Jim Craig, I'm John Karuba, and 6-0, Kenmore West the score. What do you think they need to do to continue to have the success they did in the first quarter, Jim?
I think the key here is to reestablish their running game, and that goes around Jermaine Atkins. So if they can get Jermaine started, I think they can reestablish themselves while only a yard gain on that play.
And that was Gallivan who got the touch that time right up the middle, and they're staying true to their game to this point. Tried to bust it inside, but only got about a yard. Now it's 3rd and 9. So
well, we've seen him, John, use Jermaine Atkins as a receiver once, and it was very successful. Let's see if they try to do it again.
They have to get to the West Seneca West 49-yard line to move the sticks. 3rd down and 9. Shotgun snap. Klein fakes the give. Rolling left. Tries a screen pass, but he threw it a little bit behind his intended target. And so he was unable to come up with it, and that was Sean Porter, who he was going for. Instead, it's going to be a 4th down. Most likely going to be a punt here.
And the key there again, and I probably said it too much, John, but there was pressure. Once he stepped up in that pocket, there were 2 West Seneca West players right on him. So he had to rush that throw, and the end result was an incompletion.
And so Kenmore West now set to boot it away downfield right to left. Wind at their back with 11:13 to go first half. Kenmore West still leading 6-0 over West Seneca West.
We have a flag on the field before
And we have a flag on the field pre-snap. And wonder what this is about.
That's an illegal substitution.
So an illegal substitution
And it,
For a penalty on the West Seneca West
against West Seneca West.
a 5-yard penalty.
So now instead of 4th and 9, now it's going to be 4th and 4. Now this becomes more interesting. Do you consider going for it now that it's less than 5 yards?
those penalties are killers, and they put them in a situation.
And they
where
are going
they're
for
gonna
it.
go
They're
for it.
keeping their offense on the field, or see if they can get them to jump. Backs in the eye. No receivers spread out, though. Wonder if they're just going to try and get them to jump. Oh, and then they fumbled the snap, and I think West Seneca West jumped on it. And yeah, it is West Seneca West football. So a bad snap, it just couldn't handle it cleanly. And West Seneca West, they were all over that. Give them credit, Jim. And they just dived on top of it. And now what a momentum shift this could be.
It could be very huge. You're talking about at least 40 yards or 30 or 40 yards difference in where West Seneca would have started with the ball. So it's got to be a pretty positive aspect for West Seneca West. Let's see if they can run with it here.
On a 1st down and 10 for West Seneca West, already in enemy territory. On the snap, handoff to the far sideline. Not a whole lot of room there. Nice job in the open field by a couple Blue Devils defenders to bring him down, 2nd down, as that getting the carry that time was Freeman. But again, he didn't have a whole lot to go there, Jim.
And you know, John, that one of the biggest things is when you tackle properly, like was done there, when you tackle properly, it makes it a lot easier. That was a beautiful tackle.
So 2nd down and 9 now, 46-yard line of Kenmore West. West Seneca West with the football out of the shotgun. Stupek fakes the give, rolls left, but again, getting good penetration off the line where the Blue Devils, they get in there and bring them down hard, and now it's going to be 3rd and long. And for the Indians offensively so far this afternoon, they've looked out so far.
Well, that was the first time I saw a real option play there, and Kenmore West read it very, very well.
4-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd and 15. Ball smack dab at the 50-yard line right at midfield. West Seneca West trying to get some traction. Only down by 6. They've had good field position. They just haven't had the big plays that they had a lot of last game. Let's see if they can get one here, though. Out of the shotgun formation, 2 receivers either side. Snap, Stupek gets away from a couple, takes off up the middle, gets back to the line of scrimmage up about a yard or 2, but then he is brought down immediately after. And again, it's going to be a 4th and long, and what a defensive stand. Once again, the Blue Devils able to bail their offense out with some good defensive play, Jim.
Yeah, and Stupek had no chance to sit back there and read anything or see anything. He had to make a decision quick and got a couple of yards on that decision, and it still was not even close to being enough.
So it's going to be a 4th down and 12 here at the 49-yard line. So they will punt it away downfield left to right. Punts in the middle, and they came hard for that, almost blocked it. Instead, it's going to plop it around the 25, takes a big hop in West Seneca West favor, goes back all the way across the 10, and finally down at the 8-yard line. And that is how you execute a punt to drill and pin your enemy deep here, Jim. What a job.
39-yard punt there, John, and basically about the last 12 yards of it was just rolling and rolling and rolling. So 39 yards, and they're back on the 8-yard line.
So 1st down and 10 at the 9-yard line is where Kenmore West takes over. They are pinned deep now, have to go 91 yards if they hope to get a touchdown on this drive. Backs in the eye, Handoff towards the far side, fighting his way forward, picking up a couple of yards there, but not a whole lot. And it's going to be 2nd and 8.
That was Tremaine Atkins again, and he's pretty good at getting to that edge. Seneca West had it doped out very, very well that time.
Yeah, he's very good at breaking out of tackles as well, but Seneca West defensively, you got to give them credit, though. They've been sound tackling, really haven't given them a whole lot of big opportunities. Right up the middle, and again, not a whole lot there. Nowhere to go, and now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I guess we can say pretty honestly, John, that this has become after that first drive, it's become a defensive struggle, and both defenses are playing well right now.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 8, no gain on the last play. With 7.5 to go here, first half action. It's been a quick moving ball game to this point. It's definitely been a clash of defenses. 6-0 Kenmore West to score over Seneca West. And now it looks like timeout called. So a 3rd and 8 will be upcoming here for Kenmore West from their own 11-yard line. 7:13 to go in the second quarter. And it's still a 6-0 ball. And, you know, it feels like the way Kenmore West defense is playing, that's blowout. But it's only a 6-point game. They can get right back into it, can Seneca West. And Kenmore West is one big play from grabbing control, but we just haven't seen it to this point.
Well, and again, Seneca West is just is having a problem trying to figure out their own identity, whether it's by the pass or by the run, or a combination of both, and they haven't been able to do anything as of yet. But that has a lot to do, John, with the Kenmore West defense and the penetration they're getting.
On a 3rd down and 8, but still 6-0 Kenmore West to score. If you're just tuning in, well, we're glad you're tuning in now. 6-0 the score. Kenmore West scored on their opening drive as they were able to basically run it right down the throats of Seneca West and took 6-0 lead. Then they tried I believe it's called a polecat, to go for 2, but it was no good, and that's the only scoring in the ball game. Since then, it's been all defense. On a 3rd down and 8, have to get up close to the 20 for a first. Shotgun snap, rolling near side. Klein looking downfield, he's in trouble, fires it to the near side, and bobbling it, unable to make the play, was Porter. That would have been a heck of a catch had he been able to come down with it. Instead, 4th down deep in their own territory, and they're going to have to boot it away again to Seneca West. So the defense keeping the Indians right in this game, Jim.
And that time they didn't lose coverage as Klein was rolling out toward the sideline, and the sideline act as another defensive player for him. Just not enough room for the receiver to make the catch.
So Kenmore West set to boot it away downfield right to left. End over end kick. Nice one to the far side, but it's fielded at the 40-yard line. Now turns it up across the 45 and now makes his way down across the 30. That was a nice return of about 10 yards that time by Jerry Dadsey. And you want to talk about a golden opportunity. Seneca West has it 1st and 10. How do you like this field position? At the enemy's 30-yard line. That's pretty sweet if you're the offense.
Yeah. If they want to make a statement here, John, that they've got a great start at the 30-yard line. That was a nice run by Dadsey to put him in that position. And we'll see what the Indians can do here.
So just want to give you an out-of-town scoreboard update. Early second quarter, no score between Salamanca and Cleveland Hill. And Norm Rodriguez and the crew going to be on the call. They're on the call over there. Meanwhile, here just a 6-0 game. Seneca West with a chance, though. They give it right up the middle. A nice stiff arm across the 25-yard line. And powering his way forward to the 20 was Freeman. He looked like a battering ram on that play, Jim. He just bashed his way forward for a nice pickup.
Last week, he had some much bigger holes to run through than he does now. But that was just That was just contact, yards after contact there.
It was a 4-yard gain, but that was one of the hardest 4-yard gains I think I've seen this season. Well earned. He earned those yards. On a 2nd down and 6. Seneca West, they're going to go out of the shotgun. Stupek, one receiver wide left, and they give it up the middle again for Freeman. This time not as much. Trying to get that lane off the A-gap that time, just a little bit to the right side, but they held it sealed up, and it's going to be 3rd and short here.
You're right, John. It just wasn't anything there. There was nowhere for him to go.
So it'll be a 3rd down and 7 now, a loss of 1 on the play for Seneca West, and they have to get down to about the 21 to move the sticks. The snap fades back, rolling left, 3 defenders on him, threw it to the flat far side, but just could not haul it in, and that's going to bring up 4th down. They were going for Brian Piwowarczyk, and if he would have come up with that, he could have kept running for miles. It looked like he had a lot of opening there, just a little too high. Great effort, just couldn't come up with it.
And I know I'm repeating myself, but he was wide open, and quarterback Stupek was rushed on the throw and just threw it a little bit too wide.
But you do have to give Stupek credit, though. He really did a lot to keep that play rolling and almost had his guy. But again, close only counts in horseshoes, as it's going to be a 4th and 7. But they go for it, rolling left, Stupek near sideline, and that almost got picked off. And that is going to be a turnover on downs. So a big defensive stop there by the Kenmore West Blue Devils as they continue to hold on to that 6-0 lead. And we'll be back right after this on WNY Athletics.
I love being home.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Back here at Crosby Field, 5:24 to go first half. Exciting defensive struggle so far in this one. Kenmore West leading 6-0 over Seneca West. Kenmore West football out of the shotgun, rolling right, looking to load up, airs it out deep, far side, and did he make the play? Yes, he did! All the way down across the 40-yard line of Seneca West, and there's really our first big passing play of the day, Jim, and it couldn't have come at a better time for the Blue Devils. What a throw, and what a great catch along the far sideline.
You know, they tried that one time before, John, and to Jermaine Atkins down here in the first, which led to the beginning of their score. And it seems like they have him open, so we'll see if they continue to do it.
So it'll be a 1st down and 10 for the Blue Devils at the 39-yard line of the Indians. 3 receivers to the left. Shotgun snap. Airs it out again. He's got his man across the 30. Far side up to the 25. And finally gets taken down. Diving tackle made by number 6 Freeman across the 22. But 2 big passing plays, 2 hits. And this is what we need to see. And Kenmore West could really take control now.
And they're putting the ball in the air, and the last 2 plays covered 50 yards, so we'll see if they stick with it.
Well, I guess this would be a score one for those that say you have to establish the ground game before you go to the air. That methodology working out so well right now because really, first quarter and a half, Kenmore West really has just been mainly running it, but now, because they pushed it so much, now they're going to the air and getting rewarded. It'll be a shotgun snap here, fades back, looking downfield, rolling left, got a defender on him, takes it back up the middle, and quite frankly did well just to get back to the plunge forward, and maybe picks up a yard there, 2nd now.
And that was it wasn't a sack, but it was coverage related. It was great coverage by Seneca West. No receivers were open, and he got back to the line of scrimmage. Was a pretty good deal.
So 2nd down and 10, 4 minutes to go here. First half, 6-0 Kenmore West, but they are still moving down the field as Salamanca has just scored in their game against Cleveland Hill, leading 7-0 with 6:37 to go in the first half there. And now timeout is called. So again, Salamanca taking the 7-0 lead. As it's still 6-0, Kenmore West leading with 3:43 to go. Both these games one possession, but a timeout called. And again, Kenmore West, now that they're finding success through the air, that's got to be big. And if you're West Seneca West, they got to try to hold them to a field goal here with the way their offense has been playing this afternoon.
Well, their coverage was very good on that last play, John. They did an excellent job of coverage if they can keep that up. And, of course, you know, we're 2 yards away from the red zone, so it's tougher down here than it is anywhere else. We'll see how well Kenmore West does. Going back to my heritage and my backgrounds, I would be remiss if I didn't mention this fine officiating crew, referee Jim Martek, the umpire Mike Courtney, head linesman Bob Vogt, line judge David Wayne, and the back judge, Mr. Augie Taboni.
With 3:46 to go in the first half, 6-0 Kenmore West to score. And, you know, listen, I mean, for West Seneca West, their defense has been playing well so far, but right now it's like they can't make a mistake with the way their offense is going. And on this formation, they hand it off near side, gets close to about the 20-yard line from the near side. And that was my Sean Porter who took the give there, and he is down on the field. And so we have a timeout, an injury timeout. We'll step aside.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Back here at Crosby Field, and it was number 24, Marion Holtz, who needed to be helped. But the good news is at least he got back on his feet and was able to be helped and walk to the sideline. That's always a good thing because he was down for a couple minutes. That's always good to see that it doesn't appear to be real serious, Jim.
Yeah, that is a good thing, and we hope we see him back in the game very shortly.
Absolutely. As it is 3:33 to go, first half, 6-0 Kenmore West. They're driving up 6, 3rd and 9 from the 21. Shotgun snap, Klein rolling right, fires it far side and bringing it in, making the play. It looks like, yes, he was, or are they saying incomplete? It is incomplete, so it's 4th down. So he was not able to bring in the scoreboard showing 4th down, and 3:28 to go first half. It's still 6-0 Kenmore West to score. And the pass, they did just confirm that it is incomplete. And for a second from the far side, it looked like he may have had it from our vantage point. I thought he caught it, and I think a lot of people did, and then all of a sudden, no.
I was just ready to say it was a great catch, but it was incomplete.
Shotgun snap, Klein rolling right, looking, fires in some far side, brings it in! Touchdown, Blue Devils! Talk about an all-or-nothing play. What a great grab in the back by Jermaine Atkins. Pulled it in for the touchdown, and that is a huge score. 3:17 to go first half. They double their lead. Kenmore West 12, West Seneca West goose egg. What a great play, what a drive, and what a play call, Jim.
And an excellent play call, and they do that a couple of times. He's a very versatile running back. Sometimes they'll split him out wide, right, which they did in this play, and great end results. Excellent running back and athlete, Jermaine Atkins.
He's been doing it a lot. He's been doing a lot of different things for them all season long, and he continued to be versatile. And then there was a penalty for unsportsmanlike right after the play. They celebrated too much, so it's on Kenmore West. So they do take a celebration penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Goes back from the 3 to the 18, 15-yard penalty, and if they were going to think of kick it, they're not now, probably.
So that could be a costly penalty, but Kenmore West still is up by 12, and they're going to go for 2 here. 3 receivers set to the right, 2 wide off to the left of the formation. Shotgun snap, Klein guns it near side of the end zone, cannot bring it in as it was just a little overthrown. So once again, the 2-point conversion comes up empty. 3:17 to go first half. It's Kenmore West ball game, up 12-0 over West Seneca West on WNY Athletics.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500 plus employees put the plus in efficient personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
When you're ready to buy a home, start your search at howardhanna.com. You'll be the first to see new listings, find similar properties, and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Back here, late first half, 12-0 Kenmore West, and on the kickoff, Dadsey gets across the 45, dives down and around the 46 or 47 for West Seneca West, and really, they've had great field position all day, but their offense just hasn't been able to move, and now that's a real concern, down by 2 scores, Jim.
Let's see if they can come up with an answer. They, again, they've got some pretty good offensive weapons on their side. Again, they're just a little bit young, so let's see if they grow up fast here and can put something on the board.
They almost sort of need like that big home run play like we just saw Kenmore West get on their last sequence that led to another score. Let's see if they get it. Shotgun time, 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Shotgun snap, Stupek rolling left, dumps it out far side across the 50, on the run inside Kenmore West territory down to the 45. It gets taken out of bounds at around the 43. As that time it was Santiago, it looks like. We got a nice chunk of yards there. Just a little simple play, not too much, but get some positive momentum going on the drive.
The big thing there is that time Stupek got protection. He had protection on that play, and he had time to read his receiver. So big difference. If the offensive line can protect, you might see some movement here.
So Salamanca has just added on to their lead, now up 14-0 over Cleveland Hill. 1:45 to go in the first half there. Meanwhile, back here, 12-0 Kenmore West. The score as it was a quarterback keeper up the middle, but nowhere for him to run as he ran into about 3 or 4 blue jerseys that were right there to take him down. And that is going to bring up 3rd down here on this critical drive for the Indians.
That time he kept the ball and went wide. as he went wide, he lost a yard on that play. So, again, let's see what they dial up now, John.
Out of the shotgun, looks like they want to throw, which, given how well that worked for him last week, is probably a good idea with two receivers to the right. Single backfield, shotgun snap, Stupak, blitz is coming immediately, and down he goes. And that is how you'll blow up a play. Just one player himself, a one-man wrecking crew that time. A huge sack, and that is really from Mac. It's going to be 4th and long as they lose 7 yards on that play. That is an absolute killer there, Jim.
Yeah, and as I mentioned on the first complete pass, the 7-yard complete pass, there was great protection there. All right, great protection. That time, there were 3 Kenmore West defensive players that were in the backfield right away. Real tough to pass.
But it looks like they're keeping the offense on the field. 2 receivers to either side. Oh, and then it's a false start. And then it looked like they were going to boot it away, but 2 of the receivers jumped early, and I think this is going to be a false start here.
They're taking back another 5, John, I believe, here.
So now it's going to be 4th and 15, and the self-destruction continues for West Seneca West.
Looks like they're bringing in the punt team, and there's 1:28 on the clock, so it's still time for Kenmore West to see if they can put another score on the board.
At this point, if Kenmore West could find a way to do that, they'd really be taking a stranglehold on this game. West Seneca West with the punt, and they almost got there again down the far side. Oh, and then he missed it, but he got it back and was able to hop on that football at around the 33-yard line of the Blue Devils was Salah Clemens, the senior. Good thing for him, he saved his own bacon there by jumping on top of it and recovering that football, because that could have been a real break for West Seneca West.
Well, now they're going to put the ball in and play at the 33-yard line, and 67 to where they want to go. We'll see how they try to navigate this, John. I got to believe that they're going to, Atkins is going to be part of it one way or the other.
As we have 1:20 to go in the first half, 12-0 the score. Kenmore West over West Seneca West. It'll be interesting to see if the Blue Devils try to be aggressive here to push the lead, or just try to be careful to hold the 2-score lead into halftime. As they go to the handoff near side, zigs and zags his way across the 35, dives forward to about 36 before he gets hog-tied there for a second down, and I'd say about 8. Pickup of 2 on the play.
If that type of formation is any indication, I think it's your ladder.
They're going to take the 12-0 lead to halftime, and honestly, I don't blame them. You know, trying to get their first win up by 2 scores. You don't want to do anything to give West Seneca West any late life here late in the half.
We'll see. Again, the tight formation as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On a 2nd down and 7, backs in the eye. Handoff up the middle, fights his way forward for about 3, maybe 4. And this will bring up a 3rd and short. Clock continues to run, though. Yeah. 22 seconds left. And I almost wonder if that's going to be the last play of the first half.
They don't have to, because of the 40-second clock, John, they don't have to put the ball, play if they don't want to. So
yeah,
that'll be up to them.
It looks like they're not in any particular hurry as they continue to remain in the huddle. And at this point, we know they are just going to let the clock run out. So we have reached halftime here at Crosby Field on WNY Athletics. And after a half of football, 12-0 Kenmore West over West Seneca West right here on WNY Athletics. Halftime is next.
I love being home.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care, and we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
Being home.
Life can be full of surprises, but not always the good kind. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care, and we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
And we welcome you back here to Crosby Field. It is halftime here at Crosby Field, and it is Kenmore West with a 12-0 lead at halftime over West Seneca West. And I'm John Karuba, and we're bringing in producer extraordinaire, halftime around the league specialist, Francis Beck, to break down some Week 2 action. And Francis, we may as well start. It was a big offensive shootout last night. I think you know what I'm talking about. We just talked about it off the air.
Yeah, Orchard Park and Jamestown, absolute thriller, back and forth for most of I think all of the first 3 quarters and a little bit of the fourth quarter until Orchard Park pulled away in that one. That one actually we did on tape delay, so if you missed it, we put it on about 10 o'clock last night. So after this game, go and check that one out. But an absolute thriller. We had Sean McHugh, Jake Bryock on the call for that one. I believe it was 40-34 final in that one. Don't quote me on that, but that was by far the most fantastic game of the night. You had Trey Drake, Ben Gosella going back and forth, living up to the hype of that quarterback matchup. Their wide receivers came to play. That was certainly a fun one. Some other scores that caught my eye from last night. Actually, we'll start with Thursday night. There were actually 2 games on the docket. The first was McKinley, 24-6 winners over Hutch Tech in an all BPS battle, old school Harvard Cup battle. Max moved to 2-0. And then Portville moves to 2-0. They had a thumping on WY Athletics, 55-8 over Frewsburg. Panthers taking care of business. Kelly Holcomb, night of his life, running all over the Bears. I'm sure I'll be surprised if he doesn't get a Connolly Cup nomination this week. On to Friday night. Iroquois, another big showing, 54-20 winners over Lakeshore. They moved to 2-0. Timon picks up a win against St. Andrews. Gowanda Pine Valley is 42-0 winners over Cattaraugus Little Valley. Game we had on our air last night, Franklinville Ellicottville, the Class D finalists, 2-0 after beating Wilson 36-16. Meanwhile, the Class D champion Randolph defeats CSB 35-18. Fredonia defeated Allegheny Limestone 26-3. Southwestern, they bounced back after a tough loss to Iroquois last week, 24-8 winners over Depew. Lackawanna 36-6 over Alden. Steelers moved to 2-0. Akron, they moved to 1-1 with a 34-24 win over Tonawanda. Medina, defending Class C champions, takes care of business, 46-8 over Reihart Barker Lindenville. Olean wins a close one over Dunkirk, 12-7. They move to 2-0. Falconer Casadega Valley Maple Grove, they're 2-0 after a 55-14 win. Maryvale, another close victory, 28-18 over Albion. Pioneer, big 63-6 win over Burgard. Panthers 2-0. West Seneca West got a big win over Grand Island last night. Star Point, they defeat Kenmore East 40-14. They even up after that opening season loss to Amherst on the first Thursday night of the season. Williamsville East, they're off to a 2-0 start. They defeated Hamburg last night 27-8. That'll be interesting. Sweet Home, who we actually saw here in the first half, they're actually still here. I see some players. There were about, 10 of them in front of us. They were big winners last night, 49-15. They're 2-0 on the season. Last week, Jordan Theodore got a Connolly Cup nomination. He had another big week for the Panthers. Williamsville North, they were big winners over Frontier, 41-13, 2-0 on the season. South Park, they lost to Frontier last week, but they come back in a big way, 44-0 winners over Amherst. And then it's Bennett. They bounce back over that game we talked about during break against McDowell last week. They come back to Western New York, defeat Clarence 36-7. And obviously the game we were talking about at the beginning, it was Orchard Park 47-35 over Jamestown Quakers. And that offense moved to 2-0 on the season. Games happening today. We know Salamanca and Randolph are the Warriors of Salamanca are leading Cleveland Hill 14-0 right now at the half. Other games going on: Eden North Collins at Newfane. We also have Springville at JFK. We know right now Canisius is hosting Aquinas. We'll have to check on that. Just down the road from here, St. Michael's is taking on St. Joe's. Huron Heights at St. Mary's. Letchworth at Cardinal O'Hara. And then in Niagara County, we have Lancaster at Niagara Falls. Niagara Wakefield at Lockport. And then tonight, the nightcap, it's going to be Western New York Maritime at Williamsville South. So that is what Week 2 looks like. We had some interesting scores. I kind of mentioned it last night in the Friday night final drive. The two teams that have kind of stuck out to me as far as their results from after these 2 weeks, Sweet Home, who I just mentioned was here, and Williamsville East. And they're on a collision course for, I believe, it's a Week 4 or 5 matchup on a Saturday afternoon. That is going to be a fun game.
And indeed, it really is. So, as far as here, though, our score is still 12-0, and we thank Francis doing what he does best, around the league expert. So it is halftime, 12-0 Kenmore West, our score. We'll be back with second half action coming up right after this on the Halftime Report right here on WNY Athletics.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
When you're ready to buy a home, start your search at howardhanna.com. You'll be the first to see new listings, find similar properties, and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
And we are back here at Crosby Field. 12-0 the score. Kenmore West Blue Devils over the West Seneca West Indians. And we bring you back here inside the press box. Alongside Jim Craig, I'm John Karuba. 12-0 the score, but even though it kind of feels like a blowout, all that we really need from West Seneca West to get back into it, they just need one big play. At Kenmore West, though, so far not letting it happen. If you are the head coach for West Seneca West, what are you telling your guys down by 2 scores, but they're still in it?
And John, what I want them to do is just focus play by play. There's been a couple of situations where they've gained some yardage and then all of a sudden come back with a loss of yardage. So what you want to do is just take it each and every play. The offensive line and those people blocking for quarterback Caden Stupak have to be better in this half. They have to be better. They've had too much pressure. He can't do anything. So I'm sure they've made adjustments. Coach Vastola and his staff will have made the adjustments, and hopefully the players will be able to work along with them.
And now we will do it for the other side. Now, Kenmore West, you're in position to win your first game of the season. 2 more quarters left to go. All right, Coach, take it away. What are you telling these guys?
Well, you never try to dwell on the past, but they know that they had 41 points scored against them, a very good Sweet Home team last week. And they've prepared very, very well to make sure that they were playing good defense. And I guess probably, John, what I would tell them is just keep doing what you're doing on defense. They've executed plays on offense when they need to. They've got the ball to their great running back, Jermaine Atkins. Keep doing what you're doing.
And just like Atkins has been huge in this game for Kenmore West, we quickly want to let you know that Salamanca still has that 14-0 lead over Cleveland Hill at halftime. Maddox Isaac with 2 touchdown passes. So he's putting on a good performance down there, just like Atkins so far is really steamrolling over West Seneca West right now. And, that's what's so great about these types of games. You get to see some individual star players, not only the team, but when you get to see some individual athletes really excel. That's what's so great about having all these games.
Well, in the case of Jermaine Atkins, he had a very, very respectable game in the losing cause last week, and he's just taken it to the next level this week. So, and I anticipate that we're going to see more from him as the time goes by. But again, it's been a good game. It's more defensively structured by both teams, and we'll just see what plays out in the second half, John.
And indeed, that is the case. 12-0 again, the score for Kenmore West, as they still have that 2-touchdown lead. And so we will step aside again here on the halftime report, and when we come back, second half action between Kenmore West and West Seneca West. You're watching it right here on WNY Athletics.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
And we are back here, Crosby Field, second half action. Jim Craig, along with Francis Beck, John Karuba, WNY Athletics, and you. Second half underway. It was a squib kick right up the middle of the field. Goes West Seneca West, turns the corner across midfield, still on his feet across the 40, and they finally signal he went out of bounds. He may have went out at around the 45 of Kenmore West, but still, what a great return by Santiago to start off the second half. We said, Jim, that they need a big play to start. That could be it.
Well, if you can think of we want to take ourselves back to the opening kickoff, and Kenmore West got the ball, and what do? They moved down and they scored on the first series, or on the first time they had possession. We'll see if West Seneca West can do that now.
And so they marked him out at the 41 of Kenmore West. Shotgun snap, 3 receivers to the right. Handoff up the middle. He will scratch and claw his way forward for a pick of about 3 or 4, maybe around the 38 or 37. Brings up second down.
Now, those were only 3 yards, but that was a lot crisper than they ran that first half offense. So let's see if they can continue with it.
So it'll be 2nd and 7 from the 38-yard line. Kenmore West. West Seneca West, and they're visiting whites with the yellow helmets. 3 receivers to the right, shotgun snap, give up the middle, fights off one would-be tackler, fights his way forward, and gets up to around the 35-yard line. So this will bring up a 3rd down and 4 on that 3-yard gain.
Again, a nice handoff, quick hit of the hole. A little bit of what I saw last week from this team. So we'll see if they can continue.
So again, it's going to be 3 receivers right, 1 wide to the left. The snap, handoff up the middle, it comes loose, and Kenmore West jumped on top of it. And it is recovered by the Blue Devils, and that is an absolute crusher there for West Seneca West. They were moving down the field, they had the big breaks, it came out, and Kenmore West came up with that.
Yeah. It was a quick hitter and a very good design play, just up the middle, and the hit was very good on Bernard. The ball came loose, and now Kenmore West will start out.
And I believe it was Edmond who came away with it for Kenmore West as they hand off up the middle, but nowhere really to go. Fought his way forward. That almost looked like a wrestling play, trying to move up. Really nowhere to go there. A whole lot of bodies, not a whole lot of yards.
One of those famous scrums.
So it's actually going to be a 2-yard loss on the play as he was wrapped up and bottled up in the backfield. 2nd down and 12. Or check that, they do give him a 2-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 8 from the 35-yard line. Kenmore West down the field right to left. Now that we got that straightened out, backs in the eye. 4 on the line for West Seneca West. Here is the snap. Hand off straight up the middle, and again, nowhere to go, and he is pushed backwards. Boy, you can tell West Seneca West, after what just happened there, their defense, they're coming out with a chip on their shoulder, and they're really bashing them hard on this drive right at the line.
They started to play better in the second quarter on defense, and really defense has been decent most of the game. But better in the second quarter. The only thing that hurt them really has been 3 long passes that set them up for the 2 touchdowns that Kenmore West has scored.
So it'll be 3rd down and 8 now for Kenmore West. They got 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Quarterback line barking out the signals. Only 3 on the line for West Seneca West. Shotgun snap, fading back, rolling right, far side pass, broken up there by West Seneca West as they swat that away down the far sideline, and that is a 3 and out forced by the defense. Nice response from the Indians.
Boy, that was a very nice defensive play. Good read on the ball, and came up and slapped it away. It was a good job. So now Kenmore West will punt, and West Seneca West will get the ball back again. Let's see if they can be more successful.
So once again, the West Seneca West defense holding their team in it. I mean, they're keeping them in. They just have to start moving the football and really capitalizing. Kenmore West set to punt it away, downfield right to left. Wind at their back. Kickoff end over end on the punt. Far side, fields it, and now a reverse. Oh, nice play across the 40, up to the 45, down that left sideline, although he won't get much further than that, up to about the 46. That is Jerry Dadsey, and then he is wrapped up and taken down by a host of Kenmore West Blue Devils, but still good field position again, Jim. But the million-dollar question all day, is this the drive where West Seneca West finally takes advantage of it, or does Kenmore West slam the door shut again?
Well, you take a look, and there's 8 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter, so there's plenty of time to score 2 touchdowns or more. The key here is patience. They did gain almost 10 yards on those 3 carries until the ball was fumbled. Let's see if they are sharp and crisp like they were on the last series.
Out of the shotgun snap, handoff, up the near side, turns the corner across the 50, 45, still going across the 40, and slams it down to around the 39 or 38. Meanwhile, a couple Blue Devils collide into each other over on the Kenmore West sideline, but everybody's okay. That is a big play, a gain of about 18 there, and a 1st down for West Seneca West, and once again, they're in Kenmore West side of the field.
It was a nice run. And a lead block by Brian Pierwarzek, number 14, opened that play up.
Shotgun snap again, straight up the gut. Fights his way forward for a pickup of a couple. Does Bernard Freeman, the junior running back. And that'll bring up 2nd down, 8.5 to play. 3rd quarter, 12-0 Kenmore West remains to score. And no gain on that play.
Well, it's good that they gave the ball back to him to try to ease his nerves and pains after the fumble. So no gain, but no loss either.
2 receivers wide left, 1 wide to the right. Meanwhile, single backfield, right behind the quarterback, Stupek. And now hands it off up the middle again. He goes to Thompson that time, it looked like. And again, nowhere to go. He is stuffed short. And a nice tackle there, and it was led by number 10, Clemens, who got in there to help blow that play up right at the line. So it'll be 3rd down and 12 at the 41-yard line of Kenmore West. West Seneca West driving down the field left to right, but looking at a 3rd and 12 here, Jim. Again, not what they want. It looks like the drive's going backwards again. This time they're going to put a man in motion to the left side. The snap, rolling left. Stupek staying in the pocket. Now fires it far side. Got him, man. Broken up down the far side. It looked like he had Dadsey, but Kenmore West defense said, nope, I don't think so. And he came up and broke up that play. And it looked like it was Harrington who came over and made a great play to break that up. It's 4th and 12. Just a tremendous defensive play. Bookmark that if Kenmore West holds on and wins.
Yeah, Nate Harrington, it was a closed on that play. It looked like it was going to be a completion, and he just got back on the play to bust it up and did a great job there. But he closed really quick.
But they're keeping the offense on the field. 4-down territory. West Seneca West, 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Single back, Shotgun snap, looking, still searching, rolling left, dumps it off far side, gets away from a tackle across the 30, 25, gets all the way down to the Kenmore West 20 before he gets knocked out of bounds. But a big gain, and that'll convert, and that is a massive play. Probably the biggest offensive play of the day so far, Jim, as it keeps Seneca West right back in this ballgame.
Give the offensive line kudos. They allowed Stupak to drop back and then step up in the pocket. Once he did that, he was away from the rush, and the results were, for them, perfect.
Back with a draw play right up the gut to Dustin Thompson, but nowhere really to go there. Lunge forward, but it's going to be second down here.
That's just, they get that protection, and no matter what they could do, you could see what they did on that play, a gain of over 20 yards. So the key here, John, is protection. Make sure you protect the quarterback. Let him do his thing.
So it'll be second down and 10 here from the 19-yard line of the Blue Devils. Seneca West again knocking on the door. Two receivers right, one to the left. They're driving single backfield. Snap, it's a fake, throws to the end zone, wide open, oh, could not reel it in. He had it. That was Santiago that time as he was wide open back in the end zone. Perfect throw right on the goal. Just could not make that play, and it's now 3rd and 10. Just a tough break there for the Indians, Jim.
Well, that was a great design play, and again, the protection was there. Just couldn't get to the ball. Maybe a bit overthrown.
But Stupak, you see the creativity that he's got. You were high on him before the game, and again, they're proving you right. Just a great play, sold it. You could see half the defenders fell for that, and then it left them wide open, but the touch pass just couldn't get reeled in. And it's been that kind of afternoon so far for Seneca West as a timeout is called. And so we will step aside here. 6 minutes to go in the third. Plot thickening, ladies and gentlemen. 12-0 Kenmore West. But Seneca West on the move on WNY Athletics.
I love being home.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
And we are back here at Crosby Field. 6 minutes to go. Third quarter, good game here. We're glad you're tuning in. 12-0 Kenmore West to score. But Seneca West, 3rd down and 10. At the Blue Devil 19-yard line after so close on the last play, getting a touchdown, Jim, and they just couldn't convert, but they still have a big play here.
And again, let's see if they can protect Stupak and see what he can do, but he's made some good throws in the last couple of plays.
Stupak, 3-step drop out of the shotgun, dumps it off far side, nice move across the 20, up to the 15, still going. Dives down close, and I'm not sure if he got it. May have been a little short. But regardless, you'd imagine they're going to go for it here on 4th down. They picked up a big chunk there.
Looks like he's about 3.5, 4 yards short. That was a great play to gain those yards and get those extra yards after he was contacted.
So it was a 6-yard gain, 4th and 4. At the 13-yard line of Kenmore West. Seneca West needs to get to the 9 to keep the drive alive. Shotgun, 3 receivers right. Pistol set the snap. Fakes the give. Takes it up the middle across the tank. And he gets hauled down. And I think he was short. And he was short, so that would be a turnover on downs. And what a defensive stand by the Kenmore Blue Devils, and they keep the goose egg on the board. And for Seneca West, what else can you say at this point? They have had chance after chance, Jim, and they can't get through.
It kind of surprised me on that play a little bit, John, because where they have been successful is running and throwing to their left. Now, even though he's a right-handed quarterback, he's been successful that way. That time he rolled right into all the coverage, and the rest is history.
Snap, handoff straight up the middle for the Blue Devils, downfield right to left. Keeps churning his feet forward, gets close to the 20-yard line. Picks up a few there, second down, as that was Jackson Gallivan on the carry. Second down, and we want to remind you, just let you know, a score update. Salamanca now up 14-8 over Cleveland Hill, as they have about 5 minutes or so to go in the third quarter there. Norm Rodriguez on the call over there. Meanwhile, here still 12-0 Kenmore West. 4.5 to go here, third quarter. Second down and 6 for the Blue Devils at their own 19-yard line. 3 receivers set out wide to the left, 1 wide right. 3 on the line for the Indians. The snap, pitch it near side across the 20. Has a corner, 25, tiptoes to the 30, up to the 35, and I think he steps out just outside the 40-yard line, around the 38 or 39. And once again, it's the man of the day, Jermaine Atkins. Another big game, and again, a big play. Almost looked like a trapezist right there, as he was able to tiptoe and get some big yards before he finally had to go out of bounds.
On that play, John, it looked like he wasn't going to get much yardage, but a nice shield block by number 5, Caden Roberts, got him the extra yardage. So it was a great job by Roberts.
Out of the pistol set, they're going to go with Klein, the quarterback. 3 receivers, right, 1 left. The snap, pitch it near side, up across the 35, fighting for it for a couple of yards. Going to be Atkins, and that'll bring up a second down and 6. Salamanca has just scored again in their game against Cleveland Hill. Now 21-8 Salamanca, as they have about 4 minutes or so to go, third quarter down there. But here's still 12-0 Kenmore West, and they're just going to continue to run. You know, up 2 scores. They can really dictate the pace of this game now, Jim.
And they've done a really good job. Now they're starting to run out of the spread formation, which I think is a good call by Coach Haynes.
The snap, handoff up the middle. He's got an opening. 45 across the 50. He gets into enemy territory and is finally taken down at around the Seneca West 40. And that was my Sean Porter. And boy, when he took off, he turned on the afterburners and he turned on the jets for a huge gain. Boy, did he explode right through that hole, Jim.
Again, it was a great hole and great movement by Porter. But they've adjusted their play calling to run out of that spread formation, and it's been very successful on the last 3 plays.
So exactly 4 minutes to go here, third quarter, third down and 6. They said down 14. The timeout taken, so we'll step aside on WNY Athletics.
I love being home.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
And we are back here at Crosby Field. 4 minutes left to play in the third quarter in a fast-moving ball game. Kenmore West leading 12-0 over West Seneca West. And again, Kenmore West just hitting on a big play, and they have an opportunity to really seize control, Jim.
They sure do. Let's see what West Seneca West can do.
Off the snap, keeps it himself far side across the 40, dives down and around the 39 of the Indians.
That was
Joey Joyner on the tackle for West Seneca West.
Just a 3-yard gain. That's really all you need. 3-4 yards, and take time off the clock, and continue to move forward. So the running game is working well for Kenmore West, actually in this whole game, this entire game.
And so they're going to keep the offense on the field. We'll see if just trying to get them to jump or if they're going to go for it. But it looks like they're going to try. 4th and 7. Pistol set, 2 receivers to the right. It's a handoff up the middle. Fights free. Porter, 35 to the 30. Still going into the open field, 25. And finally gets wrapped up and taken down at the 22. So the gamble pays off. First down, Kenmore West. Or second down. Oh.
Sorry.
On a first down and 10. With 3 minutes to go here, third quarter, 12-0. Kenmore West is the score. And that was a 16-yard play on a second down, but still just a huge run. And now we have a player down. And so with 3:01 left to go, we're going to keep it here. And we want to take this opportunity to remind you Thursday night, right here at WNY Athletics, is going to be Kenmore East again as they head to South Park at 7 p.m. for our Thursday night football game right here on WNY Athletics. But still, on that side, what a play. We saw Kenmore West. They just exploited the hole again. And, boy, my Sean Porter, he's really been something on this drive. That's the second big burst we saw for a huge gain on this drive alone.
Yeah. And again, you got to give the entire line, the Kenmore West, the offensive line. And one of the big things is when you have a runner like Jermaine Atkins, you know where the focus goes, and so good runners.
And I just want to tell you that Brian Piwowarczyk, number 14, Brian Piwowarczyk, is off on the sideline. Had to limp off, but at least he was able to get to the sideline, at least under his own power, but he is off the field now. So, again, hoping it's nothing too serious and then we see him back on the field.
We hope so, too, and that he's had a very steady game out there, both in blocking and taking care of his assignments. He's done a good job.
This time out of the pistol set, handoff straight up the middle. There goes Porter across the 15, weaving his way across the 14. Boy, he's really been something, dancing away from these defenders. It looks like they got him, and then he pulls an abracadabra, and all of a sudden it's like, now you see me, now you don't.
So they got somebody coming up the middle now, and then Atkins going outside. It's a great combination, and they continue to gain yards, but probably more importantly, they continue to run the clock.
So a 2nd and 2, and not only that, they are inching much closer to what would really be a score to put them in complete control. 2nd and 2 from the 15 of West Seneca West. Blue Devils give it off to Porter again towards the far side. Gets close to about the 10. We'll see where they spot it to see if he got it. But it looks like he did. And, in fact, he did gain the yardage needed, got up to the 11, 4-yard gain, moves the markers. First down for Kenmore West at the 11-yard line of West Seneca West.
And this is a 1st and 10, so they still can get another first down if they get to the 1. Again, it's been very time-consuming.
As we have under 90 seconds to go here in the third quarter, Kenmore West up by 12, really looking to take a commanding lead. Handoff goes right up the middle, but this time nowhere to run as he is driven into that ground by about 4 West Seneca West defenders who said, oh, hello, and they just ran straight into him. And this will bring up 2nd down.
It was a nice defensive play by the middle of the West Seneca West line.
So a 2nd down and 11 with inside a minute to go, third quarter. 2nd and 11 from the 12-yard line of West Seneca West. Kenmore West still up by 12. With 43 seconds left here. Looks like they're just trying to kill as much of the clock as they can, Jim.
Taking their time. Again, they have 40 seconds from when the last play ended.
Going to go with 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Single backfield. and the quarterback keeps it himself, gets his way back to the line of scrimmage, but he is hit hard right at the line and taken backwards. And that was Cam Whitaker who came up to make the stop. Looks like Dadsey also got involved for the Indians, but that is going to be the final play of the third quarter as the final seconds tick off. And we have reached the end of 3 quarters of play. 12-0 Kenmore West the score here on WNY Athletics. Fourth quarter next.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective pediatric care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Fourth quarter time here at Crosby Field. Kenmore West still up 12-0, but they are flirting to go ahead even more, along with Francis Beck and Jim Craig. I'm John Karuba. Fourth quarter, up by 12 are the Blue Devils, and they're marching their way again. And that's thanks to the ground game that we have seen has been so dynamic over the first couple weeks, Jim.
And again, that's their bailiwick, so to speak. John, they have confidence. Kenmore West and Coach Haynes has confidence in the running game. And it worked pretty well early on against Sweet Home, and then just couldn't score enough. So working great here today.
So for Kenmore West, they have a 3rd down and 10 at the 11-yard line of the West Seneca West Indians. They're going to go out of the pistol set. 3 receivers right, 1 wide left. The snap. Pitch it near side across the 15, up across the 10, and dives down up to about the 9-yard line. And so that'll be a pickup of a couple. So now here's the big question. 4th down and 8. Coach Craig, you think this is 4-down territory? Do you maybe kick the field goal up 12-0? You try to extend the lead here.
Well, I think, and again, we found out early on that they have added a kicker to their repertoire this year, so possibly see if he comes in.
I guess then that makes the decision pretty easy then. But if they can find a way to score, would be huge for the Blue Devils. And meanwhile, if they stop them, that's
yards.
The last momentum boost. But for West Seneca West, would be a momentum boost for them. As timeout now called on the field. Oh, a flag is thrown, excuse me.
You're 100% right there, John. What's again, only good things can happen from them going for it. They wish they get into the end zone and get the points, and that would probably just about do it. But also, if they don't, West Seneca is going to have to go over 90 yards to score their first touchdown.
That's true. That's a good point too. See, that's why you're the color commentator and I'm not. Good point there. But it is going to be a 4th down and 3. So it's not too bad. It's not too long of a distance. 2 receivers either side of the formation. Klein out of the pistol set. Handoff up the middle. Porter gets a wide open lane. Going to take it on into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils. And that might just seal it here, Jim, with 10:36 to go in the 4th. Bullseye. It's now 18-0 Blue Devils.
And that most of that whole drive was, at least the last portion of it was focused on Myshawn Porter. And Johnny's only a junior. smaller in size compared to
yeah, he's
Jermaine.
only 5'9", 155 pounds, but he used all of it.
He sure
and he
did.
churned their way for 6 on that drive. But very good blocking right there on the offensive line. They won the battle in the trenches, and Porter just really followed them right into the end zone. And so they're going to go for 2 here, but that is a huge score for the Blue Devils. Up 18-0, the snap, rolls near side, throws over the middle, and no good, incomplete, as it went over the head of the intended target. So once again, Kenmore West 0 for 3 on 2-point conversions, but they do score and take an 18-0 lead with 10:36 to go in the fourth over West Seneca West right here on WNY Athletics.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Welcome you back here, Crosby Field, as 10:36 to go regulation, 18-0. Kenmore West over West Seneca West, and they put the ball into the air. Nice send over on kick, far side, field across the 20,
Ooh,
25, 30. He's got room. He could go past midfield. Flag is down near sideline 20, 15, 10. He's going to go all the way, takes it to the house for a touchdown. But the big question is, what's the flag? But still, what a play by Santiago. He got away from a couple defenders far side. Once he turned that corner, bursted up the middle, no one was going to catch him. But again, the only question is, what's the penalty for?
Was there a flag?
As there was a flag down, it appeared, but they picked it up. So they say the touchdown is good, no penalty, and that might be the momentum boost. Hang on, folks. We still got a game. 10:36 to go in the fourth. 18-6 now, Kenmore West. West Seneca West on the board. What a huge return in play, Jim. As the extra point is up, and it is straight through. It is good. Straight down splits the uprights. It's now 18-7. 10:36 to go in the fourth. And so it's a 76-yard return for a touchdown, and what an answer, Jim. What a huge play. That might be what West Seneca West needed.
Yeah, that's definitely what they needed. And now I think what you're going to see is Kenmore West go back and do what they've done best. They're just going to try to take care of the clock and run the ball as much as they possibly can. So we'll see if that works for them. We'll see if they have to put the ball in the air. But this whole half has been on the ground for West. But boy, what a shot in the arm that gave West Seneca West. Great run by Santiago.
So score update real quick at the end of 3 quarters. 27-8 Salamanca as they lead over Cleveland Hill. And again, our score now 18-7. Kenmore West over West Seneca West. And Jim, we only had 2 touchdowns in the first 3 quarters of this game. We've now had 2 touchdowns in the last 2 plays. How about that? Hey, this is Western New York High School football, folks. Anything can happen.
Yes.
Based on some of the scores we heard from Francis, that's an onside kick.
Muffed
by the Blue Devils. It's going to be West Seneca West who picks it up at around the 35-yard line. of Kenmore West. And what a development. As even our producer Francis is getting into it now. 18-7. And how about this, Jim? I mean, all I can say at this point, wow.
I was just about to say, John, that it's probably a little too early for an onside kick. And they proved me wrong. So Coach Vastola had made a decision there, and it's paid off. We'll see if they can follow through with it now.
And the killer thing there for Kenmore West, they had their hands on it, but then muffed it. And once that happened, count the free-for-all. And it was West Seneca West who got there. And, boy, this could really turn into a very interesting game very quickly now. Out of the shotgun, handoff right side, across the 35, up to the 30, and gets knocked out of bounds at around the Kenmore West 29-yard line. So that's Freeman on that give.
And again, you go back to the fumble Freeman had, which didn't turn into any points, but probably to himself, John, he's got something to prove. So you're probably going to see that ball go to him a couple of more times at least.
2nd down and 3 after that 7-yard game. They hit Freeman again across the 30, and he will dance his way up the far sideline, pick up a couple more yards. Let's see if he got enough for the first. It looks like it. Or maybe just a little short. They say 2 yards, so they say he's about a yard shy. So 3rd down and 1 as we come inside 10 minutes to play. 18-7, Kenmore West. Hold on to your seatbelts, folks. We're in for a crazy finish to this one. Only a 2-possession game, and West Seneca West again knocking right on the door. So they're going to work out of the shotgun, 1 receiver wide right, 2 to the left, single backfield. The snap, and they hand it off up the middle, and they will get the first down easily. Get stopped shy just short of the 20-yard line at around the 21 or 22, but still going to be more than enough to move the chains. First down for the Indians.
Events that have changed this game around. For West Seneca West, there really is not a rush in terms of the clock. They can use their regular playbook. They don't have to rush, put the ball in the air. All they want to do is make sure that they can put some kind of a score on the scoreboard and then work from there.
Out of the shotgun, 2 receivers either side. Shotgun snap. Stupak downfield, fires it over the middle and almost intercepted. And that was almost picked off by Mason Forney, number 54. He almost came down with it as he swatted it away. 2nd down, but West Seneca West very fortunate right there, Jim.
For sure were. The ball was thrown right in the teeth of the defense, and they got a break. Will they be able to take advantage of it? I was surprised that they went to the air and didn't stay on the ground, but I'm not the coach.
2nd down and 10 from the 22-yard line. Ball on the right hash. Shotgun snap, handoff up the middle, fights his way across the 20, keeps churning, and he'll get brought down there after a gain of a couple there. Going to bring up 3rd down.
Shout out to both of these coaching staffs. Have done a nice job with a relatively young teams. Both teams are young, and for the Coach Vastola's staff to keep their kids in the game and positive reinforcements as it goes along. And I think you're going to see Coach Haynes run that ball quite a bit when he gets it.
For West Seneca West, 3 receivers left, 1 to the right, single backfield, shotgun snap. Stupak being chased in the pocket, and he goes down. He is taken down on the sack. And getting in there, looking to see who that is. It looks like Gallivan. Yes, Jackson Gallivan.
That's a big play right there.
That is a huge, huge play as he is brought down. So it's going to be now a 4th down and 15 after that big sack there.
Yeah, Stupak thought he could have moved to his left, and he moved right into the pressure. So again, he didn't have much of a chance at the end of that play, John.
So 4th and 15 from the 27-yard line. Ball placed middle of the field. 2 receivers right, 3 to the left. This could be the ball game here. Shotgun snap, fades back, rolling right, looking, and now he's just going to gun it in the air. Hail Mary to the end zone, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Turnover on downs, and give the Blue Devils credit. When they really needed to make a stop, they just made it huge. That could be the ball game.
Well, and if you take a look at the Kenmore West defense, even though the score is 18-7, the defense has not given up a touchdown at this point in time. That's what the touchdown was scored on the special teams. The defense is still playing very, very well.
As we still have 7:07 to go in the 4th, 18-7 the score. Kenmore West leading. And we will step aside here on WNY Athletics.
I love being home.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
And we welcome you back here to Crosby Field. We are in the 4th quarter, and our score 18-7. And it is Kenmore West right now that leads West Seneca West 18-7. And we just want to give you another score update. 34-8 now. Salamanca looks like they're well on their way to a victory. They lead at 34-8 over Cleveland Hill. 10:58 to play, 4th quarter. Norm Rodriguez on the call of that one. Meanwhile, back here, 18-7. Things are a bit more tight. 18-7, Kenmore West over West Seneca West. And there is a player for West Seneca West having to be helped off and limping. And it looks, we don't want to speculate. We hope that it's nothing serious, as we say, but he is being. He got stuck. It got stuck in the netting on that last play when it went on that last play that they couldn't convert on. But the good news now, he is back on the sideline. So our score 18-7, and it is Kenmore West over West Seneca West. So coming off that big defensive stop, they're one offensive drive away from really pretty much putting the finishing touches. We'll see how they approach this drive, Jim.
You're in spread formation again, John.
And the snap, it's a handoff straight up the gut across 30, zigs and zags his way to about the 33 or 34-yard line. And that'll bring up second down with 6:50 to go here in the 4th quarter. Kenmore West still leads by 2 possessions.
And they keep going to that spread formation, which they weren't running out before. They were in that tight formation, and they've gotten a lot of chunks of yardage through that. Again, that's a 7-yard gain on first down for Kenmore West.
So they break the huddle on second down and 3. And for Kenmore West, even though, yes, I'm sure they'd like another score, they're more so concerned. At this point, the clock is their friend. They are just trying to bleed as much of it as they can. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Hand off straight up the middle. Fights his way forward, but runs into a brick wall of West Seneca West defenders and around the 35-yard line with 6 minutes to go. And again, they just keep working that clock, Jim.
And you're going to see, because they get that 40 seconds as the clock runs, they're going to try to use about as much as they possibly can on those 40 seconds. They don't want to get a delay of game because that stops the clock and it doesn't start till the next snap. But you're going to see him get up to the line and probably not snap that for another 5 or 10 seconds.
On a 3rd down and 1, they only have to get 1 to move the sticks. Backs in the eye. and they just scramble it right up the middle on the keeper. Did he get enough for the first?
Looks like a good one.
It does appear so, and I think on the forward momentum and the progress, they will say that he did get it. And it is enough to move the chains. It was confirmed. We have a first down for Kenmore West, so they can continue to melt even more of this clock. Every first down that Kenmore West gets at this point is almost like a touchdown against for West Seneca West. It really hurts.
They've got a lot of field to use and a lot of clock to try to minimize. So you're going to see that ball in the hands of their two featured runners.
So they're going to go out of the shotgun. Two receivers left, two to the right. Running back off the right shoulder, handoff straight up the middle. There goes Porter again. Turns the corner near side up to the 45, and that's a good tackle made that time. And that was recorded by Ray Kwasniewski. And that's a good tackle in the open field, Jim. Porter could have run if he got by him.
Porter has had a terrific second half. Complimented Atkins and the running game very well for Kenmore West.
Yeah, very good game plan, I would say, offensively. It was Atkins who really was the star in the first half, and in this half it's been Porter. Good how they can sort of platoon the running backs like that, Jim.
And they look forward to having Porter again next year. I'm sure they're happy about now.
Two receivers either side of the line. Single tight end, and it's a bad snap. Gets away, and West Seneca West gets there first. Recovered by Kwasniewski all the way back at close to the 20-yard line, 25-yard line of Kenmore West. Just like that. Every time, they're like the cardiac kids. Every time you think that West Seneca West might be out of it, all of a sudden, here they are with another chance to get right back in, Jim.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what they can do. They're starting from the 25-yard line. They have 25 yards to go to get in the end zone. And, again, Kenmore West's defense has been terrific. Haven't given up a point up to this point in time. So we'll see what happens now.
On a 1st and 10, and if West Seneca West doesn't come away with points on this one, I mean, I'm not sure what to say. They have had a ton of opportunities, and this is another one. Let's see if they can make good on this. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun snap, rolling right. Stupek gets dragged down on the sack. What a play there, and a flag, it looks like, is on the field. Or did he pick it up? There was a flag down momentarily. Oh, it's a towel. Never mind. It's Mason Forney, number 54. He had a big play earlier in the game, and he came through with a big sack right there. However, if you're Stupek, you can't take a sack in that situation. Now second in a very long 22. That is definitely a backbreaker for the Indians.
And again, he has not had much luck rolling right. He's had more luck rolling left, so I'm a little surprised.
Out of the shotgun snap, Stupek fading back. Here comes the blitz, and again they get to him, and I think again it was Forney. And they have had all kinds of problems, the offensive line, of containing this pass rush, and Forney, in fact, does get there again. They are just getting home on him right now. I got to say, the way Kenmore West pass rush, look at it, it's reminiscent of what the Bills did to Matthew Stafford a couple nights ago.
They've been relentless, and early on they were getting in the backfield like nobody's business, and then it seemed like West Seneca West found a little bit of a cure, but now that cure has gone away.
So now it's going to be 3rd and 27, and they dump it off near side across the 45 up to the 40. And then he is bulldozed and taken down at around the 38. And he is still down on the field. Harrington made the stop. Omarion Thomas is the one who made that play. Down now he's back up. However, he is limping. So it's going to be 4th and 21. Thomas gains 6, although it looks like he is going to shake it off and stay in the game. Wow. Give him credit. He's tough. Staying in. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. I guess it's like they say, no guts, no glory, so you give him credit for staying in. Shotgun snap, rolling right, Stupak. Forney on him again, looking far side, flips it, and that is broken up, and that is incomplete. What a huge defensive play with 1:08 to go here in regulation, and that was the 4th down play. So it's a turnover on downs, and Kenmore West is going to win, but we have another injured player down on the field. Number 72, looks like Patrick Allen. He's still down. He is on the field. And again, we want to remind you that this coming week, Thursday Night Football, we will see Kenmore East, we will see Kenmore East for the first time as they head to South Park for a 7 p.m. kickoff. And that should be a good game as well. Our Thursday Night Football game right here on WNY Athletics. As again, clock stopped. Injury timeout with 1:09 to go in the 4th, but we're keeping it right here. 18-7 Kenmore West. And now he is back on his feet again. That's number 72, Patrick Allen. Good to see that he's back on his feet and working his way over to the sideline, Jim.
Yes, it's been a long day for West Seneca West, and they've played very, very hard and stayed into it. And so they're just going to have to come back.
But you have to give a lot of credit to this Kenmore West defense. What a game that they have played today. Did not give up a touchdown. And with all the opportunities that West Seneca West had, kicking themselves right now. But again, the Blue Devils, their defense, they came to play this afternoon, Jim.
They sure did. Sure did. And the next week, they'll go on to McKinley High School, and Kenmore West will play McKinley on Friday night. And Hamburg will come and visit West Seneca West on Friday night.
So they kneel it down. So they are in victory formation, which obviously right now, if you're Kenmore West, that's your favorite play in football. And right now, if you're West Seneca West, it's probably your least favorite play in the game and least favorite formation, as the clock is going to continue to roll here. And Kenmore West, I mean, we also have to mention what a 4th quarter Mason Forney had on defense. Had back-to-back sacks on that last drive. Had some big plays before that. He was basically a monster. He was a beast all game.
Yeah, and that's the reason why they can't. Stupak had a hard time running right, because there he was. Mason Forney
might be seeing him in his nightmares as they kneel it down again, and that should pretty much finish it up. They don't have to run another play, Jim.
Nope.
You know, and you got to give Kenmore West credit. They used the running game. We came into this telling and talking about how they used it in their last game against North Tonawanda, and it didn't really work out as well. Or Sweet Home. They didn't use it as well, but today, just absolutely huge on the ground games. Got some big carries in the first half from Atkins, second half from Porter, and you add it all up, and there's your ball game, folks. As the final seconds tick off the clock, your final score, Kenmore West 18 and West Seneca West 7. And again, the running game offensively just absolutely huge. And again, we said it was 2 different styles, Jim, and today Kenmore West style is the one that proved to be victorious.
Yeah, absolutely. They, as you mentioned, John, they stayed with what got them there, and that's the running game. And again, they had a pretty decent running game last week. Just didn't work out for them. Today it was terrific.
So now both teams are 1-1 on the season, and what a huge victory for Kenmore West. What do you think this could do for them going forward? They needed to have this game, and they got it. What do you think this could do for their confidence going forward?
I don't think it's going to do anything but help their confidence, John. That they have a tough opponent next week in McKinley, so we'll see how that game rolls out. But I think Kenmore West is, and now by adding that second weapon in Porter, if they can continue to do that, they're going to be tough to beat.
Meanwhile, West Seneca West, they have another tough game. They got They got to figure out a way to shake this one off. They're on the road at Hamburg, or excuse me, they're actually at home against Hamburg next week, but they'll get to be back on their home turf where they played well in week 1.
We'll just have to see, and again, like I said before, these coaching staffs will be able to get their teams up in West Seneca West is a young team, as is Kenmore West, so the coaches will make sure that they take that into consideration, and I think you're going to see West Seneca West rebound next week.
And on that note, that is going to do it from Crosby Field. One more time, your final score, 18-7, Kenmore West over West Seneca West. Kenmore now 1-1 on the year. So for producer and our out-of-town scoreboard extraordinaire, Francis Beck, along with Jim Craig, I am John Karuba. Thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon. Again, one more time, your final score, 18-7, Kenmore West over West Seneca West, and you watched it right here on WNY Athletics. Thank you, and have a great afternoon, and we will talk to you again next time. Have a great day, everybody.
Life can be full of surprises, but not always the good kind. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care, and we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.